From a physicist in East Germany to one of the most powerful and influential leaders in modern history, Angela Merkel's story is a remarkable journey of resilience, intellect, and quiet strength. Born Angela Dorothea Kasner in 1954 in Hamburg, West Germany, her family soon moved to East Germany, where she was raised in a disciplined, academic household under the watchful eye of her pastor father. Despite growing up behind the Iron Curtain, Merkel pursued science, earning a doctorate in quantum chemistry, a rare achievement, especially for women in the former East Germany. But her destiny was far beyond the laboratory. In 2005, she shattered glass ceilings by becoming Germany's first female chancellor, a position she held for 16 years. Known as Europe's Iron Lady, Merkel's calm, pragmatic, and steadfast leadership helped steer not just Germany, but the entire European Union through some of the most turbulent times of the 21st century. This video explores the fascinating journey of Angela Merkel, her early life, rise to power, major achievements, controversies, personal life, and the legacy she leaves behind. Let's dive into the story of a scientist-turned-stateswoman, Angela Merkel, in a nutshell. Kasner was born on July 17th, 1954, in Hamburg, West Germany. However, when she was just a few weeks old, her family moved to the small town of Templin in East Germany, where she would spend her childhood. Growing up in the German Democratic Republic, a state separated from the West by the Iron Curtain, meant that Angela was raised in a world of strict political controls and ideological divisions. Her father, Horst Kasner, was a Protestant pastor, and her mother, Herlin Kasner, was a teacher. This family background provided a disciplined and intellectually stimulating environment. Angela was a diligent student, raised with strong Christian values, and taught to focus on education and personal responsibility. She attended a polytechnic secondary school before moving on to the prestigious Advanced Polytechnic Secondary School in Templin. Merkel was an introverted but hardworking student with a keen interest in the sciences. Her aptitude for math and physics led her to pursue higher education in these fields. After graduating from high school in 1973, she enrolled at Leipzig University to study physics, one of the few women in her program. Her time at Leipzig shaped her analytical thinking and methodical approach to problem solving, skills that would later prove essential in her political career. After completing her undergraduate studies, Merkel continued her education at the Central Institute for Physical Chemistry at the Academy of Sciences in East Berlin. She focused on quantum chemistry, a complex branch of chemistry that deals with the behavior of atoms and molecules using the principles of quantum mechanics. In 1986, she earned her doctorate degree with a thesis on the calculation of rate constants for bimolecular reactions, demonstrating her scientific rigor and discipline. During her years as a research scientist, Merkel worked in an environment that was heavily influenced by the socialist government, but she maintained a low profile, focused on her scientific work rather than political activism. She spent about a decade at the institute, contributing to important research, but always remaining somewhat reserved and private. Despite the oppressive political environment of East Germany, Merkel's upbringing and education gave her a strong foundation of critical thinking and resilience. Little did she know the world around her was on the brink of monumental change. Change that would soon thrust her from the quiet halls of science into the intense arena of politics. The year 1989 was a turning point not only for Germany, but for Angela Merkel's life. The fall of the Berlin Wall in November marked the beginning of the end for East Germany's socialist regime and opened the door for reunification. For Merkel, it was the moment to leave her quiet scientific career behind and step into the world of politics. Inspired by the winds of change, Merkel joined a new political movement called Democratic Awakening, a grassroots party advocating for reform in East Germany. She quickly became an active member, leveraging her background, intelligence, and calm demeanor to gain attention in this turbulent time. When East and West Germany reunified in 1990, Democratic Awakening merged with the Christian Democratic Union, CDU, the center-right party led by Helmut Kohl, the Chancellor of the newly unified Germany. Merkel's alignment with the CDU would prove decisive for her political future. In the 1990 federal elections, the first after reunification, Merkel was elected to the Bundestag, Germany's federal parliament, representing her home region. She quickly earned a reputation as a disciplined and pragmatic politician. Unlike many charismatic leaders who dominated the stage, Merkel's style was understated and methodical. She was focused on substance over showmanship. Recognizing her talents, Chancellor Helmut Kohl appointed Merkel as Minister for Women and Youth in 1991. In this role, she pushed policies supporting family values and gender equality, quietly establishing herself as a capable and reliable figure within the party. Just 2 years later, in 1994, Merkel was promoted to Minister for the Environment, Nature Conservation, and Nuclear Safety, a crucial position during a time when environmental issues and Germany's nuclear policies were under intense public scrutiny. Merkel approached the job with her trademark pragmatism, balancing environmental concerns with economic realities. Through these early years, Merkel's steady rise was marked by loyalty to Chancellor Kohl and the CDU, but also by a growing independence and strategic thinking. Her non-flamboyant style sometimes made her appear reserved, but it was this very quality, her cautious and analytical approach, that gained her respect across political lines. As East and West Germany continued to integrate, Merkel was becoming a symbol of the new generation of leaders, experienced enough to navigate the complexities of reunification, but fresh enough to bring new ideas to the table. In 2005, Angela Merkel made history by becoming Germany's first female chancellor, a milestone that surprised many. Although she had steadily climbed the political ladder, few expected her to reach the highest office so quickly, especially in a country with a long tradition of male leadership. Her path to the chancellorship was not straightforward. The federal election that year produced a narrow victory, leading to a difficult coalition government between Merkel's Christian Democratic Union, CDU, and the Social Democratic Party, SPD. Managing this alliance required delicate negotiation and compromise, challenges that Merkel met with her trademark calm and pragmatism. At the time, Germany was facing economic uncertainty. Years of sluggish growth and high unemployment had weakened Europe's largest economy. Merkel's first priority was to rebuild confidence in Germany's economy and restore its global standing. Her style of leadership quickly became clear: cautious, analytical, and focused on building consensus. Unlike fiery populists or charismatic personalities, Merkel was a problem solver who preferred steady progress over dramatic change. She often avoided the spotlight, working quietly behind the scenes to unite different political factions. This approach earned her respect both at home and abroad, even if it sometimes frustrated those wanting faster reforms. Merkel's leadership was marked by patience, careful calculation, and an ability to listen, qualities that would define her time as chancellor. As Europe's challenges grew larger, so did Merkel's influence. She wasn't just leading Germany, she was becoming a central figure on the European and global stage. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more in-depth biographies, all explained in a nutshell. Thanks for watching.